Hi, this is Raj from ML Sportscars. Here I've got a lovely Porsche 911 Carrera 4S 997 Gen 2. It's a 2010 car. It's registered February 2010 and it's finished in stunning Basalt Black Metallic, which is a really great and popular metallic colour from Porsche. It's got some really nice options. With it being a 4S, it's got the 3.8 litre flat 6, which produces 385 horsepower and 310 foot-pound of torque, and it will do 60 in around 4.3 seconds with the options it has. With it being a Carrera 4S, it has that stunning rear reflector, which is a nod to historic 911s, the 993s, 930s, all had those lovely reflectors all the way across between the lights, and has LED rear tail lights, which are the Gen 2 ones, so they have a pointy edge, and all the four-wheel drive ones are wider. Other options on the outside include the optional 19-inch sport design wheels, which are finished in gloss black. And it has, with it being an S, it has the larger red calipers from the factory as well. We've just had new rear discs and pads fitted at the back. They were an advisor in the last MOT, and we've had it re-MOT'd, and there's no advisories at all on this car now. And the front ones are in great condition as well. There's the wear indicator there. Plenty of life left in that. They disappear when you're at the end of the metal material on the discs. Tyres are matching Bridgestone Potenza REO 50As, and they are N-rated all round. I'm just looking up what N-rated, N1, so that says it there, and they're quite recent as well. They've got loads of tread left on all four of those. At the front, it has the not often spec'd Porsche Dynamic Light System PDLS, so it has a different headlight design. You'll see it has these two bezels. It's a Bi-Xenon self-leveling system, but also this bezel here rotates as you go around corners, so it lights up as you go around corners, which makes it very easy to drive at night. Nice and clear, bright, lit up road ahead of you. And then the other thing, which I don't really see on the S models or the base models, is the optional sunroof. So a lot of people request that I find a car with a sunroof for them, and it's very hard to find. Not many were spec'd with it, but this one has it. So it's a full tilt and slide sunroof, and with it open, it's actually a lot brighter inside. I'll just show you the inside. It's got the extended black leather interior with the Hardback Sports Seats, which have got the grey plastic backs there. It's in really lovely condition all round, and it's got the very rare and very desirable 6-speed manual gearbox. Not many have this. It's also got the limited slip diff. All Carrera 4Ss have the limited slip diff, the mechanical LSD. This one has it. It has the optional switchable sports exhaust, as I said, and the switchable sport suspension. So it's 10mm lower than a car without the PASM Porsche active suspension management. And in comfort mode, it's actually softer than a car without PASM, but when you press the button, it becomes stiffer than a car without PASM. Has heated seats and the full climate control system, so you set a temperature and then it will just determine where to put the fans, but you can also override it. You can tell it exactly where you want the fans to go and how much fan. Now, previous owner has completely updated the stereo system. It's now got a Pioneer head unit which has full CarPlay. As you can see, my phone's connected to it. It's all wired in through the glove box there, and it's Apple and Android friendly. There's two separate ports, one for each interface in that glove box. So it allows you to basically replicate what's on your phone, so you can have Waze. If you use Waze to do the navigation, it allows you to have your radio stations as well, and also control the phones as well, all of the phone settings. But this head unit is actually a very nice one, because it also has a CD player. A lot of them don't have a CD DVD player. It also has an SD card reader as well. A lot of them are just a fixed panel now, This one is a sort of all singing, all dancing full system that would be as good as the original system, but better, obviously, with CarPlay. It also has its own inbuilt navigation system, so it doesn't need to have a phone connected to do navigation. Some of the new ones, they only work if your phone is working on navigation. So this one has all of the GPS system built in to the head unit. Has obviously the phone microphone there, and it has DAB as well, so it has a digital radio also built in, so you don't actually need to connect a phone to it. It's just obviously adds to the experience of using it, and a lot of people want this kind of system in their car. It's fully integrated with the car, which is great. This car also has parking sensors, and it has a rear reversing camera which activates when you put it in reverse. You can just see it there. Now, it's only covered 49,185 miles, which is quite low for a 2010. It's what most people want, is a slightly lower mileage, and this one has that. It's only got 2 previous owners from new, which again is a very unusual. The current owner who I've bought it from has had it for 3 years, but the second owner, I think, had it for a lot longer than that. And it's also got all of its invoices from new as well. So from 2010 onwards, it's got all the invoices, full Porsche and specialist history. It's got cruise control, and I'll just show you some of the spec stuff. So this PDF, which has all of the optional equipment listed, all of the standard and optional equipment listed, the diagnostics, and then the huge service history, which I've got with all the invoices backed up in this folder. It's a massive folder with all of the invoices, inspections, everything from Porsche as well as the specialists. This PDF is available to download on my website. If you go to the advert for the car, you'll see it there. Now, it has in terms of options, I think I've mentioned most of them. Limited slip diff, sports exhaust. It has the auto dimming mirrors and the rain sensor, headlight cleaning system, heated seats, the Hardback Sports Seats, 19-inch sport design alloy wheels. It doesn't have a rear wiper, which some people prefer it not to have a rear wiper. I'm indifferent. Cruise control system, PASM, 6-speed gearbox, full climate control, PDLS, 12-volt socket in passenger side footwell, rear parking sensors, electric tilt slide sunroof, and then the full tracking system, and the leather steering wheel with the round center as well. So I think that's a really nice steering wheel for using with the manual gearbox. It's next to a service in January 2024, so that's 534 days or 18,100 miles. And in terms of over revs and things, it's only got range 1, so it's only just brushed the red line. 768 initial sparks, which equates to just over 3 seconds. Its whole life it's been at the red line. It's never been misshifted and exceeded the red line, which would be sort of range 3, 4, 5 and 6. Range 1 and 2 are literally just hitting the red line. Range 2 would be hitting the red line going downhill, so on a slip road or something, if you're accelerating and you just quite hard hit the red line, it will do a range 2. So this one has been very well driven, and the engine hours and mileage all corroborate, so this car's unlikely to have been clocked. So it's got a very, very comprehensive service history, supplied by Porsche Chester, serviced by Porsche Chester, MOT by Porsche Chester, replaced 4 tyres with Porsche Chester. Then they did a major service and they extended the warranty. Brake fluid, they did the rear discs and pads in 2014. We've just done them again, so that's that set of pads and discs. 2015 they did a 111-point inspection and extended the warranty again and carried out an MOT. They carried out another MOT in 2016, minor service in 2016. Again, this is all Porsche Chester, so it's been in that area for a long time. Porsche Chester again, they did the exhaust gaskets and bolts, replaced the seal boot switch and replaced the wipers. Porsche Chester 2017, vehicle inspection MOT. 2018 Porsche Chester, front they did the front calipers, discs and pads, so it had new brake calipers, brake fluid change, and they carried out the MOT. 2018, one of the front tyres were replaced, and then slightly later in 2019 the rear tyres were replaced and the other front tyre was replaced, so that it had a full set. Then it was serviced by a Jaguar specialist a Jaguar main dealer who took it, and the chap who I bought it from then. They serviced it, but then he had it serviced again at his Porsche specialist in January 2020. Major service with spark plugs, drive belt check, brake fluid changed, and then September 2020 he did the front top mounts with them. 2022 they did January 2022 is when the last service was carried out. They did a minor service, they checked all the drive belt, carried out MOT, and they did an aircon service. With they then did February 2022 the front end coolant pipes, and they are all brand new, and I'll show you those in a second. July 2022, just before I bought it, he had all the front brake pipe to flexi hoses replaced and the brake fluid changed. And then we have just had the drive belt replaced, because there's nothing to say it's been replaced previously, so it's a brand new drive belt, and that's been stamped in the book. Air conditioning condensers, rear discs and pads, and we've had an MOT done as well. So that's all 25th of July 2022, literally less than 20 miles ago. So the car is fully serviced and up to date. As I said, January 2024 is when you'd next take it in for a service, and it should be good up until then for not needing anything else other than an MOT. So we've had brand new air conditioning condensers put in, so there they are on both sides. We do them in pairs typically, because otherwise every year or so you're changing a condenser. So just going to start it up so you can hear what it sounds like. So it's a switchable sports exhaust, so that does make a difference to how it sounds at the press of a button. Sometimes it's not picked up by the camera microphone. So let me just do it now. Do you hear that switch? So it makes it sound quite a bit throaty. That's with it on. And then if I disengage it, and then I'll turn it on again, so you can hear it quite noticeably. Sounds absolutely fabulous. The flat 6 DFI engine is incredibly reliable. Doesn't suffer any of the issues of earlier engines, which is bore scoring, IMS bearing failures or oil seal leaks, and it doesn't suffer any of the problems of the later cars. So the 3-litre turbos, the twin turbos, they have got issues with oil supply to the turbos, which can lead to turbo failure. These are obviously normally aspirated flat 6s, so they don't have any of that complication to go wrong. That's what's keeping the prices of these so strong. Not only the styling, but also the fact that they have an incredibly reliable powertrain as well. The other thing I need to mention actually is that this car has been fully detailed in 2021, March 2021, so it's fully machine polished, ceramic coated with Geon products. So it is in paintwork's in absolutely immaculate condition. There's no swirls or marks whatsoever. It's just incredibly nicely presented as a result. So it's a lovely 2010 two previous owner 997 Gen 2 Carrera 4S, finished in Basalt Black Metallic. It's actually triple black because it's got the black Alcantara roof lining and the extended black leather. So all of the basic interior and exterior options were in black, and actually with the black wheels it's probably quadruple black or something, but I don't think that's a common phrase used. Really lovely spec, impeccable history. Having every invoice from new is really unusual. Having the 6-speed manual, LSD, sunroof, it literally ticks all of the boxes for most people who want one of these lovely 911s, which I think actually are very much a celebration of the 993s in how they look, especially with the Carrera 4S with that rear reflector, because they had that as well. It's a similar size to a 993, but it's so much more usable on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, I think it's just such a sublimely styled 911. It's instantly recognizable as a 911. It has the classic looks but all the modern tech, and I'm going to be doing a video about that, but so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in the car, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.